ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ भद्रं कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्टुवागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः। स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति नः पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। Hari Om, salutations to all. So we saw how Brahmaji explained very clearly the steps of how to let go and come to realize the truth. Tyage naike amritatva manashuhu, that was said. And we also saw how the tyaga is done. Tyaga is of the false identification. So through the study of Vedanta, so through Shravan, Manan and Nididhyasan. So Vedanta Vijnana Sunischitarthaha Sannyasa Yogad Yatayaha Shuddha Sattvaha. The volume you can't hear properly. Okay. So Vedanta Vijnana Sunischitarthaha. Through Shravan, Manan and Sannyasa Yoga, through Nididhyasan, those who have completely purified their mind, they come to realize this truth here and now. And for some reason, if one does not realize it here and now, and one does not have some vasanas to come back here, then Krama Mukti. They go to Brahma Loka, and there Brahmaji gives them the knowledge at the time of Pralay and goes on. They carry on and attain that state of liberation. So, Paramritat Parimuchyanti Sarve. Sarve means all the people who are the Yatayaha, who have lived in self-control, who have put forth the effort. Now, from the next mantra onwards are the steps in contemplation. Right from the preparation onwards, the posture, what is the process, everything is explained here now. Vivikta deshe cha sukhasanasthaha shuchis samagriva shirah shariraha atyashramasthas sakalendriyani nirudhya bhaktya swagurum pranamya hritpundarikam virajam vishuddham vichintya madhye vishadam vishokam. So this is what was said earlier. Shravan, Manan, then comes Nididhyasan, Sannyasa Yoga. So how to contemplate? Nididhyasan how to do? As Gurudev would always say that meditation is a noun. So it is a state of awareness. It is a state of realization. It is the nature of the self. The process which leads us to that, where we detach from who I am not and assert who I am, that process is nididhyasan. That is sannyasa and yoga. Detach from who I am not, attached to who I am. Attached to meaning assert and then come to realize. Because as of now, one has forgotten who one is. And hence, the process of nididhyasan is what is described here. So, sannyasa yoga is the connecting link here. What people today call as meditation popularly, but technically, meditation is the state of awareness. And this process is nididhyasan. So, all the fundamental instruction onwards, from the simplest to the subtlest, everything is covered beautifully here. So, first instruction, Vivikta Deshe, sit in a place which is uh, solitary, where there is nobody else. And what kind of place it should be? So even in the Gita 6th chapter, when Bhagavan explains, he says ekaki or ekaki yata chittatma nirashira parigraha. So one has to sit in a place which is undisturbed, where people are not coming too much. Shvetashvatar Upanishad gives some very nice pointers for that. समेषु च शर्करा वह्निवालुका विवर्जिते शब्दजलाश्रयादिभिः मनोनुकूले न तु चक्षुपीडने गुहानिवाताश्रयणे प्रयोजयेत्. What kind of place it should be? It should be pleasing to the mind. Mano anukule, natu chakshu pidane. It should not be sore to the eyes. Meaning it should be invoking peace. It should be calm, pleasant, not somewhere where there is a lot of disturbance happening or there is too much of dynamism all around. Then it will become difficult for the mind to withdraw. The place should be samatala. Even in the Gita, Bhagavan says, na ati uchritam, na ati nicham. Not some mountain peak, not some underground cave somewhere. It should be flat land, in the sense, even if one is sitting in some mountains and meditating, the place where one is sitting should be flat. You can't sit on a peak, or you can't sit on a place where it is so high that there is a fear of falling. Na ati uchritam, na ati nicham. Sometimes we see some sadhus and great rishis. They go underground, they meditate. Na ati nicham, meaning sometimes when one does all that, in the earth there are so many creatures which live, insects and all of those. Many other underground, the rabbits and so many creatures who live below, snakes. Now they will trouble. So sama. So Vivikta Desha means all that. Choose a place which is flat. Then Shuchau, even here it comes, Shuchihi it comes. So clean it should be. There should not be any stink and smell and pollution and some dirt and garbage, none of that. Otherwise, mosquitoes and so many challenges will come. One mosquito is enough. Even in a clean room, sometimes one mosquito comes in, we had it. Meditation gets disturbed so easily. So, clean place. Mano anukule shuchau. Then, sharkara vanni baluka vivarjite. So, free from big stones, even some grains of sand, because little wind blows and that sand can come up and then one starts sneezing. Then vanhi, there should not be fire nearby, and the smoke of the fire, etc., can create some challenges with respiration and burning in the eyes and whatnot. So, Sharkara Vanhi Baluka Vivarjite, and not very noisy, Shabda, Jalashrayadi Bihi. Sometimes one likes to sit on the banks of the river and meditate. But the banks of the river, if there are animals which come and drink water there, or there are people, sometimes they just come for fun, enjoy, make noise. So all these, Guha Nivata Shrayane Prayojayet. That place should be free from too much of wind also. Nivata. Vata is wind, Nivata no wind. Meaning it should be, so what kind of a place will this be? So one example he gives is a guha, a cave, a simple cave where there is all these conditions are fulfilled. Now, see, the idea here is what, don't say that Swamiji, where will we go to search for a cave? That's why my meditation is not going on properly. Because I am not meditating in a cave. Now I'll go and find some cave. The idea is Vivikta Desha. It should be a clean spot. It can be in the house also. Vibrations will localize there. Mind will have association. So preferably whether it is a room or whether it's even a place, a small corner in the house. When we sit for contemplation there, the mind must have only those associations. So that place must not be very cluttered. The form that I want to meditate or whatever is my process I'm following, anything associated with that, if it is required, minimum things can be there. And in that area, in that room, nothing else is done. Only one goes and sits and contemplates. Or one does anything else, spiritual sadhana in terms of prayer or japa, etc. But no other worldly talk or, sitting and browsing something or reading something, none of that. One is just using that for spiritual sadhana to turn within. That is Vivikta Desha, not frequented by people, etc. at the time when one is doing all this sadhana. Vivikta Deshe. Sukhasanastha. So, and one also has to spread one nice asan and sit for contemplation. Even using a chair, one can sit on chair also. But place the asan below the feet because energy is generated that can be conserved. When we learn to withdraw the mind, the senses, tremendous energy is conserved. That should remain within the body. It will help the body's whatever physiological systems, immunity, all that also, and it will help to make the mind single pointed. So that energy otherwise will get drained. So asana is an important accessory one must have. One should not exchange the asanas. Each one should have their own asana. If it is a common place of worship, then one should not have same asana everybody using. Each one have their own specific asana. As I said, vibrations get localized, energy gets retained, charged, many things happen. So asana, one has to keep their own asana. And then one sits on that asana, sukhasanastha. One should sit and meditate. Where is that written? Samagriva Shiras Shariraha. That will come now. Don't say, Swamiji, can I lie down? I do horizontal meditation. Mind will associate that posture with sleep. So one will just drift away into sleep. We are not trying to sleep. We are not trying to be lost in the world outside. One is trying to attain a certain balance and contemplate on the self. So that requires alertness. And so the posture should be such, which asana to sit. So here it is at Sukhasanastha. So Sukhasana has two meanings here. One meaning is whichever asana you sit in, where this head, neck, and the spine is in a straight line, and that should be comfortable. So Padmasan, Ardha Padmasan, Siddhasan, they are different things. Don't say I will do Dhyan in Shirshasana. There also the head, neck, and spine is in a straight line. It is said sthaha, sit, Sukhasana sthaha. You don't have to do it reverse. Sit properly, the head is on the top, then the neck and the spine. That's the order. Not the head at the bottom and then the neck and then the spine. So one should sit and do, not horizontal, not Shirshasana, not walking. Today there is enough people who are saying walking meditation, talking meditation, eating meditation, laughing meditation. We have associated meditation with any of these. Those are all not really meditation in that sense. We are talking here about withdrawal. So sitting in Padmasana is the best which the scriptures recommend because the feet get locked also, the spine also remains erect, the fidgety movements of the body will stop. Many nice base one has proper. Gurudev writes in his commentary that center of gravity also is be proper. And so one sits with a maximum base, both the knees touching the ground. So Padmasana. Now, if body is not flexible or for whatever reasons one is not able to sit in Padmasana, don't strain. Idea here, second meaning of Sukhasana is that Sthiram Sukham Asanam. In this asana, when you sit, the body must be steady and must be comfortable. Because our idea is to lift the attention away from the body. Body identification has to drop when it comes to contemplate on the self. So, if there is pain continuously, one is sitting in Padmasana, Ardha Padmasana, and there is continuous pain, and then mind can't contemplate. So, Sukhasanastha means that sit in a solitary place, sit erect, sit in a posture which is comfortable. If none of these can be used, Padmasana, Sukhasana, Ardha Padmasana, Sukhasana is simple, basic. We fold the legs and sit. Sometimes it is advised that put a cushion or a pillow below the hips. So the hips are above the knees. If the core is not strong enough, sometimes the body will not be able to sit effortlessly. So it will pain. So then better to put some cushion or something and sit like this. So the hips are here and the knees are on the ground. Now sit in that comfortable posture. Vivikta deshecha sukhasanasthaha. One should be able to sit motionless. That's the first abhyas that one has to do. That's why there it says sthiram sukham asanam. One should be in that posture motionless, sthiram. Any movement of the body, the attention of the mind will come back to the body. And so, first training is that sit quietly for certain time, just holding the body still, no movement except that breathing. That's an involuntary movement, but no conscious movement of the hands, of the eyes, of the head, shaking the feet, none of that. So, sthiram, sukhasanastha, shuchihi. The place must be also very clean and clean also in the mind. The bhavana must be pure. One is not entertaining worldly thoughts, vulgar thoughts, thoughts about even work, people, none of those. Pure intentions. Why do I want to meditate? I want to know the self, or I want to express my gratitude to Bhagwan, or I want to remember the Lord. Whatever may be the motive, the bhav should be pure, clean. One is not thinking ill of somebody. One is not doing certain sadhana so that somebody else will get destroyed. That is all tamasic. One is having pure intention, wants to surrender the ego, wants to fill the heart with humility, gratitude, connect with the divine. So, Shuchihi. Sama, Griva, Shiraha, Shariraha. So that neck, the head, and the spine in one straight line. The posture of the body and the steadiness of the body, both are very important. Posture of the body will affect the mind quite a bit. So Gurudev used to say, sit like an exclamation mark, not like a question mark. Most of the time we start with an exclamation mark and then slowly. Earlier we used to all sit on the ground. Even our whole Vedant course, we did studying sitting on the ground only. But when we are not used to sitting on the ground, then because most of the time chairs, etc., one uses. So to maintain that erect posture, initially takes some effort because very naturally the body slouches. Nowadays, people need support of the wall. Even small children, we have Balvihar camp. In every Balvihar camp, we tell children, sit like an exclamation, not like a question mark. And anybody taking support of the walls and sitting on the, with the backrest of the wall, we call them oldies. Small children they are, but they still can't sit erect. They need support of the back and they go. So initially the class starts where everybody is sitting in front. Slowly they all move on the sides and then take support of the wall and they are sitting there. So that's what will happen because we have not trained the body. Too much comfort is given there. So whole Vedant course, sit down, the desk is in front, sit and write, learn to keep the body erect. So erect body, when one is sitting that way, the head, neck and spine is in a straight line, there is alertness. And when one sits down, then there's a certain relaxation also. If one is standing, the body is very alert. Sitting down, body is still much more relaxed. And then when we close the eyes, further relaxed. So there are different levels of relaxation and alertness also. In the school, sometimes there is a chair and there's a table. So many times one is sitting like this, slowly one falls asleep. Because one ear is closed, only with one ear one is hearing, and the posture is not erect. One is leaning like that, one goes to sleep. So posture has a lot of importance, and that posture should get mastered. That one is sitting and very quickly one is able to keep the body steady and glide into the higher states. So sama, griva, shiraha, shariraha, all must be erect. Now, if for some reason, whatever health reason, age reason, whatever it is, suppose this is not possible to be erect, as we age, slowly the body also starts, hunching. So, whatever is possible, don't again strain too much for this. If required, take a support of the back, doesn't matter. Nowadays, even those meditation chairs come, which one can put on the ground and sit. There's enough back support in that, body remains erect. Use whatever support is required. Idea is be alert in the mind. Because our mind has an association. Whenever it becomes quiet, it goes to sleep. Whichever posture it is. The mind doesn't know how to be quiet at the same time be alert. Because you have not trained it. So one of the auto suggestions we tell the mind is I am alert, awake and quiet. Meaning I'm alert and yet awake. I am not alert and lost in the world. So I'm alert, awake and quiet. Not thinking about many other things. Not falling asleep. Quietude, alertness and being awake. Connecting all the three. So we train the mind. So in that posture when we sit alert. What is the meaning of alertness? Senses are, see, one level of alertness is where senses are active and one is extremely alert to what one is seeing, hearing, tasting, smelling, touching, absorbing fully, being in the now, not lost in the past and future. So if one reads something with full alertness, one absorbs it so much better. One listens, attention. One is able to grasp, one is able to identify different sounds in nature also. So different levels of alertness. So as far as senses are concerned, it is in engaging the senses and grasping maximum through it with single pointedness. Here the alertness is in withdrawal of the senses, not allowing them to wander, being in the here and now with the contemplation. Whatever I am contemplating upon, those points will come now. So holding on to the purity, the attitude of the mind, the bhavana, the intention, that attitude we hold on to. Don't allow the mind to wander away from that. That is alertness. And so Gurudev always said, alert and vigilant living is the price you pay for freedom. As we go deeper, the levels of alertness are very different. We don't allow the mind, that small I, the ego to arise, remain as the Atma. That is alertness. So different levels of alertness. At the moment here, physical alertness is to ensure that the body is still, body is not moving. Prana also becomes, here it is not mentioned, but we should understand where we say samaha, sama. In that word, we have to understand that it's not only the body which has to be still and steady. So still and steady, in the Gita it is said achalam and sthiraha. Why two words? Very nicely Gurudev used to say that steady from the base and still from the top. Otherwise we are steady in the base and then from the top we are going on moving. Vertical, horizontal, like pendulum we keep moving. No. Still at the top, steady at the base, like a mountain. That's why mountain is called Achala. So the mountain is not moving. Achalam sthiraha. So one sits, alertness is that to sit steady and still, no movements of the body at the base or at the top or even the head, no movements. Eyes also are closed. So sama means body is that, and then the breath, the prana also. In the Gita, Bhagavan says, prana panav samav krutva nasabhyantara charinam. So this in breath and out breath. So that is also called, nowadays people call it as box breathing. That is breathing in equal measure. So one, 4 counts of inhalation, 4 counts of retention, 4 counts of exhalation, 4 counts of retention again. So Purak, Antakumbhak, Rechak, Bahishkumbhak. Follow box breathing. Sama word indicates that. Meaning, let the breathing be slow, steady, and deep. Now, don't. Initially, one may say that, okay, I will count 1, 2, 3, 4 inhalation, 1, 2, 3, 4 retention, 1, 2, 3, 4 exhalation, 1, 2, 3, 4 retention. One may do all that to engage the mind and make the breathing proper, but after a point, it has to become natural. Samaha. Sama means that. So samagriva shira sharira. So this is a process of gradual withdrawal from the world outside. We are turning our attention away. So though here it is not mentioned, one closes the eyes. Don't say I will do open-eyed meditation. As long as the eyes are open, the entire mind will go out through the eyes and through various other senses and be extrovert. So one has to sit quietly. Eyes must be closed. Then the attention is withdrawn. So these are basic steps. So from the world outside, we withdraw our attention, focus on the body. From the body, focus on the breath. From the breath, further we go within. So here he says, Atyashramastaha. Now what is the attitude? Atyashramastaha. Ashrama means the stage of life. If you see Gurudev's commentary, he says Atyashramastaha means the sannyas ashram, meaning the attitude of detachment. Now, it's not that Atyashramastaha means one should take sannyas. It means the attitude of letting go. What was said earlier, no? Tyage naike. So one drops any craving for this karma, praja, dhana, all types of desires included in this. So one lets go of all that. One says, my only focus is to contemplate, to know the self. That's the highest. That is Atyashramastha. Why? Because ashrama, in terms of the four stages of life, brahmacharya, grahastha, vanaprastha, and sannyas. Atyashramastha, Gurudev says it is sannyas, where one has dropped all the other identifications in the seat of contemplation. After that, one says, okay, I am a father, I am a son, whatever, that's a functional role that one has to play. But in the seat of contemplation, one drops all. So the mental attitude of sannyas, Atyashramastha, means that. Now, another meaning of Atyashramastha is one who goes beyond all the four ashramas. So Atyashramastha word actually indicates the goal. Our goal is to realize the self which is beyond all the four ashrams. Because even sannyas ashram, if one actually has done the complete sannyas, then that is Atma is not even a sannyasi. Atma is beyond sannyas also. In this Hastamalaka Stotram, it comes, Hastamalaka. So this small boy, he was brought by his parents to meet Bhagwan Adi Shankaracharya ji in Mukambika. He has not spoken. Now he has become almost 5, 6 years old. Has not spoken at all. Many things they tried, but he doesn't speak. So finally they brought him in front of Shankaracharya. So Shankaracharya asked him, Kastvam Shisho, O Shishu, O child, who are you? Kasya, to whom do you belong? Kutosi Ganta, where are you going? From where have you come? Whom do you belong to? Who are you? Kastvam Shisho, Kasya Kutosi Ganta, Kim Nam Ape Tvam. What is your name? Kuta Agatosi, from where have you come? So when Shankaracharya asked these questions, for the first time the child is replying and he is speaking. And what does the child reply? Naham manushyo na chadeva yakshaha na brahmachari na grihi na vanasthaha. Naham manushyo na chadeva yakshaha. One more line. Then comes na brahmachari na grihi na vanasthaha bhikshur na chaham nijabodha rupaha. So, na brahmachari, na grihi, na vanasthi, na brahmachari, na grihi, na vanastha means vanaprasthi. Bhikshu there means sannyasi. Bhikshur na chaham, nija bodha rupa. My true nature is beyond these four. That is called atyashramastha. Meaning, one who is abiding in the self is not even playing the role of a sannyasi. Playing the role meaning not even identified as a sannyasi. Because in each stage, there is a certain individuality. Even a sannyasi at one level is attempting to realize the truth, though it is the highest ashram, no doubt. But still, there is a certain individuality. One who has transcended the self is not bound by anything. It is unlimited, infinite consciousness. So that's why Atyashramastha means that. Then the parents realize, oh, this child, Shankaracharya says, is not an ordinary one. You have to give him to me. He has a lot of work to do. And the parents also gracious, they give the child and he becomes one of the four most important disciples of Shankaracharya ji, Swastamalakacharya. Because it is so clear to him, the self is so clear to him as a amla fruit in the hand. So Shankaracharya called him Hastamalaka. So now that is where Atyashramastha means where one has dropped all identification. One is not even carrying that identification that I am a sannyasi or I am a grihasthi, vanaprasthi, none of that. Atyashramastha. Atma does not have any divisions. These four stages of life are meant for the jiva so that the jiva goes through a certain process gets inner vairagya, and learns to drop the attachment to the finite. For that, the ashrama vyavastha is there. One leads a fulfilled life. One has seen power, pleasure, prestige, popularity, all that when one attains purity of mind and attains peace of the self. That's the journey. So here one sits, even that sadhak bhav, if we contemplate more on this atyashramastha, even the attitude that I am a seeker, I am a meditator, that also has to drop. Only pure consciousness remains. So the atyashramastha means that attitude. Either you say I am a sannyasi, I am attempting to realize the truth, or live in the attitude of sannyas that I am attempting to know the truth. That is one attitude. Higher attitude is I am not even the meditator. I am not even the bhakta. Whatever identity one is holding, all identity is dropped. Zero. One becomes fully zero. Complete surrender. That is atyashramastha. Sakalendriyani nirudhya. So, though it is not said eyes must be closed, when it is said sakalendriyani nirudhya, it means everything. All the senses withdrawn. Through the senses only mind goes out. So, what does the Upanishad say? Withdraw the senses. Now, withdraw the senses meaning what? Nirudhya. So, whichever senses I can make them physically still, I should make them physically still. So, hands are in the lap or on the thighs or on the knees, holding the hands like this, one above the other, or in the Jnana Mudra, whichever one is suiting, but the hands become still. Legs anyway are folded, so one is not walking, one is not moving the hands. The head, neck, and the spine also is straight line, that is also not shaking. Tongue is not craving for any taste. Nose is not wanting to go and smell something or craving for any nice smell or fragrance or anything else to come. Eyes are closed, ears are not wanting to listen to anything, hands are not wanting to touch. So, no restlessness of the senses, one has withdrawn. So, nirudhya, one is physically, one has withdrawn, that is called dhamma, physical control of the senses. And also withdraw from the sensory thought perceptions. So, one may not open the eyes and see, but in the mind one is imagining some enjoyment, some pleasure, some work. One is not grasping something physically, but in the mind one is imagining touching something, somebody, being somewhere. Those are all sensory thoughts. One withdraws. So, sakalendriyani nirudhya. How will that happen? Most important is that word bhaktya. It will happen only with devotion. It cannot happen by willpower. With willpower, with certain force, we can control the senses for some time. We can't control for a long time. And that's why bhakti is most important. See, that word bhaktya here can be used for sakalendriyani nirudhya bhaktya also, and it can be used for bhaktya swagarum pranamya also. Worshipping, saluting the Guru with devotion. So bhaktya is like that. In Sanskrit we call as Dahili Deep Nyay. On the threshold, when a lamp is kept, it will give light on both the sides. That is how this word bhaktya is. It can be connected to the senses also, it can be connected to the Guru also. So, even if you see in the Gita, Bhagavan says that senses are very, very difficult to control. In the second chapter, he says, when he is describing Sita Prajna Lakshan, in that he explains that. And there he uses the word mat paraha. That is the word indicating bhakti. Whoever has devotion in their heart, they will be able to control the senses very effortlessly. And that's why when we speak about preparation for meditation, it is important to have the internal preparation. Many people speak about meditation clothes and meditation mat and the meditation light and all that. That has one level of preparation. But the deeper preparation is bhakti. Do I have bhakti or not? If I don't have bhakti, single pointedness is very difficult. Love has to be there. Secret of any concentration is love. If I love cricket, and I will watch, nobody has to tell me sit, concentrate, pay attention, don't allow the mind to be distracted. Nothing. Effortlessly I will focus because I love it. So if I have bhakti in my heart for Bhagwan, for the self, for the Guru, whatever it may be, bhakti is there, then senses will get controlled. If bhakti is not there, with some willpower, I can attain concentration for a short while. Again, the mind will wander. Which is why when we say that, people come and ask, Swamiji, my mind wanders. In japa also, I'm not able to focus. In meditation also. And maximum what one will do, focus on the breathing. Because one wants to avoid bhakti, one feels that what is this God? There is no God. This is all concept created by human being. So better to focus on the breath. How one can focus on the breath, no doubt. But the challenge is not concentration. Challenge is our emotion. Challenge is our mind. And that mind can be anchored only through the right bhavana. So what is the bhavana that I have? If that bhavana is not bhakti, if that bhavana is not anchoring me within, if I do japa of, let us say, Bhagavan Shiva, if I don't have bhakti and love for Bhagavan Shiva, how long can I tell the mind to focus only on Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, and listen to the sound, listen to the, visualize the alphabets of the mantra, or imagine the form? How long will I do that? The mind will immediately, after some time, it will just go, wander. Again, bring it back, again it goes. But if bhakti is there, one loves it, one enjoys, one is grateful to Bhagavan. There's a bond between the devotee and Bhagavan. Then one is doing Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah Shivaya. One is not even bothered about making the mind come back. Because the mind doesn't wander. One loves it, one is feeling so much of bhakti for Bhagavan. Sometimes that japa also may stop. Because the mind is in such a high state of bhakti. One doesn't want to even speak the words. One is just quiet, surrendered to the Lord. So bhakti is very, very important. And this is Upanishad which is using this word. So please understand, in contemplation, bhakti has a lot of importance. If we have not understood Vedanta properly, then we have such confused questions that if I am Brahman, then why should I meditate on God? Why is devotion even required? I am a Jnana Margi. I don't need bhakti. All that is confusion in the head. Either Ishwara Bhakti or Guru Bhakti, either of these is required. Or Param Vairagya is required so that the mind remains contemplating only on the Atma. Even that Param Vairagya and knowledge which has come to contemplate has come from the Guru, so that student will have gratitude and devotion towards the Guru. So it is not possible that one can contemplate without bhakti. And that's why bhaktiya word comes here. So senses will be controlled spontaneously because of bhakti. When one loves Bhagavan, then one is not interested in many other things. One wants to think about Bhagavan, be one with the Lord. So either it is Bhagavan or it is the Atma, both are one and the same. And hence, Nirudhya Bhaktya, with great devotion, one focuses. Then Swagurum Pranamya, mentally one offers prostrations to the Guru. Why? Because all knowledge has come to us from the Guru. Especially here when we speak about the word Guru, Guru here means the one who has initiated us into the study of Vedanta, one who has, you know, taken us forward on the path of Vedanta. Mahavakya Shravan one does from the Guru. So Guru Mukhat or Acharya Mukha Shravanam Kuryat. One should listen to the Mahavakya from a Shrotriya Brahmanishta. If not a Brahmanishta, one is able to find at least a Shrotriya, it should be. Then that Sadguru, who is Shrotriya and Brahmanishta, whom one considers, yes, this person is my Sadguru, one mentally prostrates to that Guru. See, even before one starts contemplation, this step comes. Prostrate to the Guru. Invoke the grace of the Guru. Don't think that Guru taught me everything, I will do on my own. That, of course, the sadhana one has to do. And that is what Guru encourages the student also. Because the bondage is created by my ignorance, so that knowledge has to rise in my heart. So I have to do Shravan Manan Nidhyasan. So no doubt in all that. But nothing will happen without Guru's Kripa. So the heart which is filled with gratitude is the heart which will surrender, is the heart which will be able to let go easily. So Swagurum Pranamya. Dropping of false identification happens. And the Guru's grace is that which is required in every step. Especially as we go within, there is each one has a different past, unique tendencies, vasanas. So which vasana comes out when, nobody knows. It will not be the same process may be followed. What the process is given here, that's the same process. Different people, 10 people, suppose they follow the same process, their experience will not necessarily be the same because each one's background is different, vasanas are different, level of purity is different. And so there are different obstacles also which arise. It is the Guru who will guide. The Guru is the Atma within, and the Guru is not just the form outside. So when one offers the prostration, one seeks. So Gurudev used to use 3 words in his guided meditation when he used to conduct. I'm using meditation because that's the word popular for people. So guided meditation when he used to do, he would say that lead me, guide me, protect me. That's the prayer to the Guru. That, oh Guru, please lead me. Please guide me and protect me. All the 3 are very important. It is the Guru only who leads us to the Atma. Guide, what is the way? How should I proceed? Each day, the mind is in a different state. What should I do today? How should the sadhana be done? Answers will come. And protect me. Please protect this mind. Otherwise, it is out, gone, extroverted. Very easily it gets, distracted. So protect me from obstacles outside, obstacles inside. So lead me, guide me, protect me. So that's the bhav with which one offers salutations mentally to the Guru. Don't think it is my imagination. Guru's picture is in my mind. I am prostrating. How does it even work? All the so-called questions come into our mind. Guru is all pervasive, is Brahman. Guru is Atma, Guru is Ishvara. Guru knows everything. So one prostrates, and that prostration reaches the teacher also. The teacher's guidance and protection and grace and everything is there. So one always has that strength, that assurance that my Guru's grace is with me. Any obstacles come, ask the Guru now what to do. Guidance will come from within, from outside, anywhere it will come. So one has that bhav that my Guru's grace is with me, Guru's blessings are with me, and one proceeds. And that's why very important to have the Guru. Who is my Sadguru? And don't ever think that Guru is not in the physical form, so he can't be my Sadguru. Gurudev, suppose we say, or Vivekananda or anyone. Sadguru is Brahman. Brahman is always present. So Guru is always there. Hence, Nirudhya Bhaktya Swagurum Pranamya. Where now to contemplate? Here in Kaivalya Upanishad, it is said Hrit Pundarikam, in the lotus of your heart. Some places it will be here, either here or here. Anahata, Agnya, either of these. Here it is Hrit Pundarikam. So the heart is compared to a lotus. Lotus bud, the inverted lotus bud, how it will be like this. Our heart is also like that, inverted, like an inverted lotus. And one contemplates in the heart. So heart means what? What we have seen earlier, what Gurudev said. Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana Yoga, Davaihi. In that Dhyana Yoga, when we saw the word Dhyana Yoga, it is Shraddha and Bhakti, the samanvaya of both. This is the elaboration of Dhyana Yoga only. So that heart is that seat where there is the confluence of love and respect, where the intellect and the mind come together. Gurudev says heart also indicates the noblest of the qualities. All the qualities like straightforwardness, honesty, love, compassion, fearlessness, forgiveness, all those great qualities, that is the heart. So that heart which is pure, in that heart I contemplate. Heart also means the core of my personality, where aham, that true self as though shines. That is the seat of the self. That's what the Upanishads call it. It is the seat of the self. Again, these are words, limitations of the words are there. Now, self is not some object sitting on some seat, meaning that's the support, the anchor for the mind. Initially, the mind needs all these supports. So, when one is doing japa, one needs a mala. That's a support. So if one drops the mala, then one is only chanting the mantra. Sometimes the mind can wander. So a support is said that here or here. Now, when one focuses either of these places, why only these two places? Why not any other part of the body? So heart is where we experience the sense of individuality. So when we say, yes, I will come. So we don't say, I will come, I will come, I will come. Aham, we feel here, heart. So that's why emotion, one who is very emotion oriented, then one uses the heart. One who is more rational oriented and predominantly intellectual, use this one, the third eye. Very interesting is this third eye. Why this is called third eye? So this spot directly connects to the pineal gland in the brain below, in the brain, in the behind. Pineal gland is not here, it is inside in the brain. But this spot is a straight line to pineal gland. And this pineal gland is also of the shape of like this, like an inverted lotus, small like a thing. And interesting thing is, our eyes are made up of tissues so that they will absorb light. They have specific tissues which will absorb light. Pineal gland is also made up of the same tissue. And why it is called eye only? Not only because it's made up of same tissue. Why is it made up of same tissue? Because the body also produces light. There's an inner light. Because the body has current, electric current is there. Every thought we think, neuron is fired in the brain. Our body generates current, electricity, whatever you call it, electricity, current, whatever it is, urja, we call it in different words, energy. So the body also has inner light. And this, that's why the third eye, awaken the third eye. From physical standpoint, that pineal gland is responsible for secreting melatonin and all that, and so that's why the physical eyes, when we close and the room etc is dark, then the suggestion to the mind also is that now is time to relax and rest, and so the brain also, accordingly, the pineal gland will secrete various hormones that are necessary for sleep. But from spiritual standpoint, when we say the third eye is that intuition, realization of the self. And so this spot or here, these are two focal points of concentration. If you see various Upanishads, you will see in the Kathopanishad is Angushta Matra Purushaha. So the self is like the thumb, as again one form of upasana. One meditates in the heart. So either here or here. Here it is Hrit Pundarikam, the lotus. Now why lotus? Lotus is symbol of detachment. Lotus symbol of full blossoming of the personality. So Hrit Pundarikam, in the heart. Till here, one has learned to withdraw the attention from the world to the body, to the breath, to the mind. Mind, intellect, both. This is the whole process of withdrawal. Now come the 4 pointers. Sorry, 5 pointers. These are the pointers of the Atma. Virajam, Vishuddham, 4 only, correct. Vishadam, Vishokam. Vichintya Madhye. One should contemplate in the center of one's heart. Hritpundarikam Madhye Vichintya. One should contemplate in the center of the heart. Meaning, core of my personality is what? I am that self which is Virajam, purest, no impurity at all. Vishuddham, again pure. So Raja means dust, dirt. So where there is no dust and dirt, Shuddha is impurity. Uh, Shuddha means pure. So where there is no impurity. So I am that Atma which is beyond the body, which is beyond the mind. Then Vishadam, very clear, crystal clear, meaning Swayam Bhati, it is self luminous. We'll see deeper meaning. And Vishokam, where there is no grief. So Virajam, Vishuddham, Vishadam, Vishokam. 4 pointers of the Atma. And the contemplation happens through this first person. Because I think I am the Jiva, I am tall, I am dark, I am young, I am handsome, I am so talented, whatever, those I thoughts are there in our mind. Those have to be replaced. That I am not the body, mind, intellect. So who am I? I am that Atma which is Virajam, Vishuddham, Vishokam, Vishadam, Vishokam. So I am that. So the attention is lifted away from the BMI to the self. More about these 4 pointers I will take in the next class. For today, we will just sit for 10-12 minutes and what we have learned up to this process of withdrawal that we will practice. So sit erect. Uh, the head, the neck, and the spine in a straight line. Let your hands be in your lap, on your thighs, or on the knees. Palms facing the sky. If you like, you can hold your hands in the Jnana Mudra. Come to a comfortable posture without any strain in any part of the body. If you are sitting erect, if you are sitting on a chair, try to be erect and ensure that your feet are firmly on the ground. They should not be hanging. Come to a comfortable posture without any strain in any part of the body. Invoke gratitude in your heart for Bhagwan. Thank Bhagwan for all the blessings and the challenges that you have. Close your eyes gently if you have not yet done it. Let there be a pleasant smile on your face. Thank Bhagwan for all the blessings, the good things in life. Pray to Bhagwan for strength to face the challenges. Let go of any fear. Bhagwan is with us at all times. Bhagwan will ensure that our mind becomes quiet and contemplative. This is the first step, preparation and posture. Second step, auto-suggestion. Suggest to the mind that for the next 10 minutes I am steady and still without any movements. I am steady and still without any movements. Second auto-suggestion, I am alert, awake and quiet. I am alert, awake, and quiet. Third auto suggestion. I am only a seeker or a devotee for the next 10 minutes. All the other roles can wait. I am only a seeker or a devotee for the next 10 minutes. All the other roles can wait. Third step, relax the body. Be aware of the body from the head, head to the toes. As we say inhale, take a slow, steady and deep breath. And as we say relax, exhale slowly and let go of any stress or strain in the body. Exhale all the air. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Inhale. Relax. Continue to breathe slow, steady, and deep. Fourth step is the breath observation. Just be aware of the inhalation and the exhalation. Be aware of the movement of the breath, how it goes in, how the lungs expand, stomach bulges out as you inhale, and how it contracts as you exhale. Be aware of every breath. Fifth step, in your heart or in the space between the two eyebrows, visualize a circle of white light. In the space between the two eyebrows or in your heart, visualize a circle of white light. Invoke the most auspicious form of your Sadguru as though appearing from this divine light. If you have a Sadguru, invoke the form of your Sadguru. If you don't, you can just have the bhavana that Bhagwan is the light, Bhagwan is the Guru. So invoke the auspicious form of your Sadguru. Feel that you are in front of your Sadguru with folded hands at the feet of the Sadguru. Let us invoke the grace. You can chant loudly if you like. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata cha Pita Tvameva, Tvameva Bandhuscha Sakha Tvameva, Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva, Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Tvameva Sarvam Gurudeva Deva. May the grace of the Sadguru lead us, guide us, and protect us. We are extremely grateful to the Sadguru for having come into our lives, for blessing us with the self-knowledge, for showing us the path of sadhana, for being with us at every step in our sadhana. Mentally offer some flowers at the feet of the Sadguru, perform a pradakshina of the Sadguru, come to prostrate in front of the Sadguru. Repose the form of the Sadguru back into your heart. We invoke the Sadguru in this white light as though the Sadguru disappears into that white light. By the grace of the Sadguru, may we come to awaken to the self. Be aware of your breath. Be aware of your body. Be aware of the happenings around you. We pray for the well-being of everyone. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayah. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhat Bhavet. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya. Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya. Mrityorma Amritam Gamaya. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Gently rub your palms, place them on the face, open your eyes. Any questions for today? All right. Thank you, everyone. We continue next week. Hari Om.